Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another episode of Witchy Knits. I'm Shy, I'm a witchy person and I knit, and I've got bangs now, or fringe, whatever you want to call it. Not really an impulsive decision. I've been thinking about it for a very long time. I used to have bangs. I've been like going back and forth with bangs for maybe 5 years now, and yesterday I was like, nah, just gonna go for it. So now I've got bangs. They're a bit wonky so far, but I'm gonna keep trimming until I'm really pleased. But yeah, I wanted to sit down and film because I'm not going to have a very lot of time in the coming weeks. I've been a bit unsure. I know I've said this for weeks now, but I've been a bit unsure if it was going to actually happen, but it is. So I am going to be quite busy and probably not be able to craft so much for the coming months, probably, as we're moving. So if I upload anything like in the coming 4 weeks, well, yeah, then you'll know I've been doing things, I guess. I don't really know where I was going with that, but this is like the first time today I'm actually talking, so if I'm a bit weird, that's why. But I'm super unprepared today. I've got no show notes, I've got no nothing. I've just got a bunch of whips to show you, basically. I don't really have any, I don't have any stash enhancements, I don't have any FO. So I'm going to just show you what I've been making and then look forward to another video that I will be uploading this week as well, I think. That's not to do with crafting, it's to do with yeah, why, especially like for my older views and for people who come from my Instagram, why this has been a difficult year and why I've been like vague about it and not really present anywhere online. But yeah, just going to quickly show you my whips this week. So I'm going to start with the cowl, the brioche cowl from the Pushing Daisies pattern. Well, I'm not actually really following it. I mean, that pattern is basically pretty straightforward. It's a straight brioche cowl in 2 colours. So, but I've got thinner needles, thinner yarn, and yeah, just working on that one. It does stretch out a bit, but yeah, so it looks kind of tiny. It looks more like a hat, but it's a bit big for being a hat now. But yeah, I'm going to keep going with this for a little bit longer. Not quite double the length, but a bit longer than this, and then it's going to be a cozy cowl. And it's so squishy. I'm so pleased with finally like knowing how to do brioche, because it's just amazing to touch and squish, and it's so pretty, and I really like this yarn. I'm at my favourite part of the yarn now, which is the red, and then it's got some brown going, so I think I'm going to go back down to brown, through the brown I think, and then end this. So that's the brioche cowl. Not really anything to say about it other than it's fun to knit. I can't believe I didn't learn how to do brioche earlier, because it's the best and so much fun and so quick, and now I want to do all the brioche things and also learn how to do brioche pattern things with like leaves and stuff, so that's my next thing to learn. But yeah, that's that one. That's my cowl. Then we have things I haven't touched. Haven't touched this, haven't touched the Peppermint Creams yarn, still didn't frog it, but yeah, this is again my sweater, which has not moved, and if you want to see my most recent update on what it looks like, I am going to link in the show notes the episode where I last showed it, because I can't be bothered to unfold it from this bag. And this bag is being destroyed by the cats. It's not feeling very nice. And then I've got I did 2 rows, and I bound it off yesterday. My own design of pattern for a mitt. Going to fold this down and sew it down to a picot edge up here as well, and I'm going to make a little thumb, but I am going to cast on the second mitt later and get started with that. So I'm going to do thumbs and sewing and weaving in weaving in ends at the same time, because I like doing stuff like that simultaneously. So this is my own creation. It's a picot edged mitt with stockinette and a little purl row with every colour change and a thumb gusset, and it's going to have a little thumb. I don't know if that's going to have picot edge yet, we shall see. That's going to be a tiny bit bulky, I think, so I don't know, we'll see. And I've bound it off with a stretchy bind off. No! There's a cat right here, and he wants to play with this. See if we can get a pair of paws. Shadow. That's knit out of Regia in a peppermint candy cane colourway. I lost, no, it's actually here. It's Regia in 5392 colourway. No more exciting than that. So that's that one. I forgot to mention the yarns for the cowl is Léttlopi and Drops Big Delight in the colourway Autumn Forest, I think it's called. And then my last whip is is not cast on because it's crocheted actually. So it's a hook on caster, I don't know what to call it, but I started a granny stripe out of my yarn scraps, so that is something I am working on. I've been obsessed with this. It's quite long actually. I was like, this is probably not going to be a blanket, but it might actually be a small one if I do it. Like, it's, yeah, from there to there. So if this is like the short side of the blanket, it can be a blanket, but I was like, I might just make a scarf. I don't know. If David wants it as a scarf, it's going to be broader in that case, but I never did granny stripes before, and I know that you're kind of supposed to do 2 rows in the same colour, but this is all like yarn scraps, so some of them aren't even a whole row, and I think it's pretty cool actually. And it's funny to see that the colour palette of my yarns are kind of like, they follow the same pattern, sort of. Can you not? Can you actually not? So, that is something I'm hooked on, literally, because it's super fun. I don't know why I crochet for a while and then I go like, no, I don't really like crocheting. Also, tea. Today we've got hawthorn and mango green tea, the one that I found in a project bag last week. Cheers. Doesn't look very exciting, but smells fantastic. Didn't try it yet, so here we go. Yeah, bit of alright. Bit like apple juice, but quite good. So yeah, hawthorn and mango green tea. Still going with a no black tea regime. been drinking a very lot of herbal tea and green tea. So, granny stripes. Yay! But yeah, like I said, I don't know if this will be an actual blanket or if I'll just end up making a scarf or something, but for somebody who's never done granny stripes before and never really got into crocheting before, like last year, I think it's turning out alright, and it's actually a lot of fun and something to use up all my scraps in. I was going to make the beekeeper's blanket with all the hexie puffs with my scraps, but then I was like, no, I want to try crocheting, and now I'm hooked, so I don't really know. I need more scraps. If anybody's got scraps that you don't want, you can send them to me. Just kidding, but if you want to, you can. But I don't have an address at the moment because we're between two houses, so don't. Sorry. But yeah, those are the things I am currently working on. I thought I had something more, but I don't. This is my crochet needle. It's green. I like it. So, yeah, for life things, I got, it's not a stash enhancement, but it's a stash station. No, it's not a stash station, it's a whip station. I'm going to turn you that way. I've got this lovely trolley from IKEA the other week, because we did end up going on Thursday last week to IKEA to look at beds and stuff, because we need to buy a new bed when we move. And I got this fancy little bad boy, which holds all my bullet journaling things, all my bullet journal books and sticker books and stuff. And on the closed shelf I've got my project bags and sock blockers and some needles, so that's fun. So I plan on keeping all my crafty bits for as long as I can fit them in it in this thing, even when we move, because I don't want things to like spread into the entire house like they have now. But that's mainly because we don't have any storage. And what is this? It is storage on wheels, and easily accessible storage, which I really like, and I can see just how messy it is all the time, so that makes me want to clean it more often, which makes me want to clean the rest of the house more often, which is good. I mean, we tidy multiple times a week, but somehow it's always messy anyway, so I guess that's what happens when you're two artsy-fartsy people with lots of ideas and things going on, and also two cats that are in everything constantly. So yeah, speaking of everywhere constantly, cat there. So that's the knitting content for this week, and the other content I don't really know what to say because we don't really have anything different from last week. We went to IKEA, we found what we're buying. We're not buying it until we've moved in. We are moving at the shift of the month, so in the beginning of March, which is super fun and exciting and a bit stressful because there's only like 2.5 weeks left because February is a stupidly short month. So we need to get a good move on with packing everything up. So my plants are of course coming with us. This one is actually happier. It's been like lying down. It still looks a bit wonky and sad, but is a lot happier than a week ago, and I'm so stoked about that one because this is one of my favourites. Yeah, the plants are of course coming with us, but I need to thread so many because they're just dead because of winter and because of like the thrips situation. I found more of them. They came back. I'm pissed off. So I've given more Bravado sticks to my Monsteras. The Variegata is a lot happier, but it looks so sad because it's got brown spotches on all the leaves because winter, and variegated plants do that quicker than other plants because they need more light and stuff, and there's not a lot of light. And I mean, you can see the walls are all grey, you can see a bit of wall there, and the walls in there are grey, so it's a very dark house, and we've got small windows, so I think it's going to really like the new apartment because it's got bigger windows. I hope I can save most of the plants, but I have so much I need to throw out, which is not fun. But even this one is happy. It lost quite a few leaves, but the 2 leaves that are still there are a lot happier now. So, but this one I think is a goner, sadly. But David promised me I can get another one of those that's bigger, because they're kind of cheap right now. He just wants us to move in first, and I'm like, I'm down with that. As long as I get a big palm tree, I'm glad. So that's that for this week's podcast, I think. So this has been like a super quick one, and yeah, I think I'm going to try and vlog some packing and like vlog some while moving, but we'll see if I can actually get around to that. Can you not do that thing? Like I said, the fringe is still a little bit wonky because I had to trim it this morning and it's just not really sitting right, so yeah. But I like having a fringe. I feel more like myself now, but I'm thinking about making it into a Betty bang again like I used to have like a year ago, because I like that, but I'll keep the cutesy bangs for now. But yeah, my vlogs, going to film the other video today probably, so I'm just going to leave up with that right now and get into talking about other stuff in another video. So yeah, thank you. If you want to keep up with what I do, with the move, with everything, with what I craft, paint, all of that jazz, consider subscribing and also liking this video if you like my content, because that helps me a ton. And don't forget that the show notes and links to my social media and Ravelry group are in the description box below, so go and check that out. Links to all the patterns mentioned and stuff as well. Not that I mentioned a lot of them, and one of them is my own creation, which doesn't really have a pattern yet, but that's beside the point. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. So I will see you again, probably not next week, maybe in 2 weeks, maybe in a month, we will see, but I will see you again as soon as I can. So thank you so much for watching, and have a lovely weekend and week after that, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye!